Question number 10, we're trying to solve the system of equations using the graphing method. And we actually have a intersection command on the calculator that can do this. So we're going to graph both of these lines in the calculator and then find the intersection point. But before we can do that, we actually need to solve for y in both of these equations so that we can graph it on the calculator. So if I subtract x, then I get y is equal to negative x plus 2. So that's one of my lines. And then if I subtract x from the other line, I still want to divide by negative 1. So y is equal to x minus 4. So those are my two lines. So I want to enter those in on the calculator under the y equals menu. So in y1 and y2, I'm going to type in my two lines. So if you press graph, you can see the two lines and the intersection point. Now, sometimes the intersection point is hard to see, sometimes it's a decimal. So that's why we're actually going to use the official intersection command. So to get to that, you need to press second calc, but it's actually the trace button. So second trace, and that will get you to the calc menu. And it's number 5, which is the intersect command. So if you press enter, it's going to ask you 3 questions. It's going to ask you to declare what is your first line, what's your second line, and then to make a guess. So you may have different numbers on the bottom of the screen than I do. That's okay. So our first line, the cursor is just on this line, so we can press enter. So it's locked this in now as our first line. So then what is your second line? You can just press enter. And now it's locked in, that is our second line. So we have our two lines locked in, and now we can make a guess. So if you move the cursor closer to the intersection point, that'll be okay. And press enter one more time, and then we have the intersection point. So once you press the intersection command, then you just need to press enter 3 times. And then that will get you to the intersection point. So let's graph this on the grid. (3, -1), and my other lines crossed at 2 and -4. So my graph looks something like this. And again, my final answer is the intersection point, which was 3, -1.